Well, he's been having a great start to his season.
Pelosi from Sewell, New Jersey, played for the Sioux Falls Stampede. And like we mentioned with Ethan Wittenbach, he came over from the Sioux Falls Stampede. He was a massive factor in their run, trying to win the Clark Cup and trying to take home that championship for Sioux Falls. They actually ended up getting upset in the playoffs by the Waterloos. And it was a tough loss. You know, I had a pleasure of speaking with Jim Olander before this season, and he was saying, get ready for Ethan Wittenbach. He's going to be one of the most exciting players in the NCAA, and so far, he's been absolutely right.
Billed as advertised.
Here's a turnover and a 2-on-1 for Quinnipiac early here in the first period. Slid across, shot on net. It's held onto, and now it crosses the goal line. They score. Quinnipiac strikes first in the Battle of Whitney Avenue with 17:47 in the first period, and it came off the stick of Antonin Verreau.
Well, the Bobcats just aggressive. A defensive zone draw after an icing. Misplaying the puck was Hooker, and away to the races are the Bobcats. A great feed across a little bit of traffic on that 2-on-1 rush. Sort of turned into a 2-on-2 there, but this is a great pass from Wittenbach, and he'll get in a
Quinnipiac zone. It's centered in front, but it couldn't be connected with, as it looked like Yale had another goal-scoring opportunity there at the halfway mark of the first period.
Yeah, Will Richter was right on the doorstep. I don't know if Silverstein stuck his paddle out and got a piece of it, or if it just went right through all that traffic. But that was a good look. Nice little steal behind the net for the Bulldogs there.
Quinnipiac jumped out to that one-goal lead. We mentioned Yale got a lot to play for. That 6-1 loss to Dartmouth. It's the first home game of the season. You've got all the Yaleys here. You've got Quinnipiac fans and students coming down from that 8-mile drive between both these campuses. As there's a drop back one-timer, they score. Charlie Letty tucks one, and it's 2-0 Quinnipiac.
Well, it's just a quick shot from the blue line right in front of the Yale bench. Letty winds and fires. May have taken a hop on the way in. Quick one-timer from the top of the circle there.
Puck just never left the ice. Didn't look like there was much traffic in front of Noah Pack. Shot still got through, beat there. Just a no-look, perfect centering pass right in between the circles. And you see the idea in the hockey IQ every time Wittenbach touches the puck.
It's impressive. No matter what player who does it, what they're using on the ice, whether it's just their sense, they try to use the glass for reflections to see if they can see their teammate trailing behind them. It's such a fast game nowadays, and what players are able to do, it's always so impressive.
Here comes Yale with an offensive opportunity. They shoot from the far circle and score! David Andrechuk tucks a goal here for Yale, and they get one back. It's 2-1.
Well, this is a response that the Bulldogs needed. Andrechuk getting the first goal in Ingles for the new season for the Bulldogs. C. O'Donnell just pushes it over to center on the breakout, and a nice pass across from Wagner. And Andrechuk just uses that side-to-side movement of Silverstein and tries to fire it as quick as he can and gets it right by him.
First goal of the season for David Andrechuk. Only had one last year in 27 games played.
Not quite the overtime parameters, but still opens up the ice a little more.
TV will drop it for Serbone on the near circle. He gets brought down by Hunt, but recovers the puck on the boards. Wilmer skating in the high slot, facing pressure here from Shannon, and he'll skate down on the near circle. Wilmer still with Shannon, slides it across. There was no one home as Pessinen steps up to grab the puck. Now Forster chops it up the far boards. We've seen Yale on special teams look great tonight, as here's a stretch pass for Shannon. Skates on the far circle, score! James Shannon ties it up 2-2 with 3:38, and it's his first goal in the NCAA.
Well, what a goal for your first collegiate goal and second point of your career. James Shannon catches the stretch pass. He doesn't really have a way to muscle his way to the net, so he elects to shoot here. Great feed from behind the Yale net. He stays on side, and he just snaps this one high blocker side.
Chen will take the face-off with Chernesky in there. Chernesky wins, it's Wittenbach. That shot gets deflected off the body of Bentham, and it's out at center. Bentham somehow swung that on net. It's poked away in the corner by Silverstein. Chen intercepts the puck up the boards. It's taken by Yale. O'Donnell's wraparound shot goes wide.
Silverstein wasn't quite ready for that. That was just a quick turn and fire by O'Donnell.
Here's Sword with Chen. Takes a hit and the puck loose on the goal line. Here's Chen, a backhander. He scores! David Chen, the captain, gives Yale a lead in the final 4 minutes of play. Wow!
Well, we mentioned it earlier. When David Chen's in the lineup, he usually scores. They're hoping he can have a healthy senior season. Well, here's game number 2. 3:39 on the clock in a tie game. Turnover, and he just puts the move on Silverstein. What a sick backhand shot, too.
He put his head on a swivel. First the turnover on the goal line. Gilson sends it back through center. That one deflects out of play, and the clock stops once more. Just 26.6 seconds left now. That's all the time that separates Yale from their first win of the season.
Face off at center ice, and Brand Pecknold will leave the goalie pulled.
Vidacek will take the draw post from Chen. It drops down, the puck found by Wittenbach. It's taken by Yale, it's cleared down the boards. There's not going to be an icing as O'Donnell's there first. O'Donnell brings it in front, scores! Ronan O'Donnell tucks the 4th goal for Yale, and they ice the game against Quinnipiac. He grabs the jersey, he waves to the crowd, and Yale moments away from getting an upset win over Quinnipiac.
Well, center ice face-off the puck going out of play. It's a risk to keep the goalie pulled here.